What's up, everyone? James Lynch here doing a quick reaction video to the Brendan Allen Marvin Vettori brawl that took place last night at the casino during the PFL Hollywood event. We're going to show you the video right here, and I'll give you my thoughts on it after. It's about 2 minutes. We're not going to watch the full 2 minutes. I'll just show you that it's clearly Vettori and Allen in this clip, and then I'll show you where Allen actually punches him. So you can see there's Allen, there's Vettori, and you can clearly see it's him. And then the key thing here is the punch, which comes up, I think, right around, where are we here? Yeah, you can see Allen being restrained, so it's right about here. There's Allen there. And boom, he punches him right in the face. What's Brendan Allen thinking? He's got a fight coming up here September 28th against Nasruddin Imavov, co-main event, arguably the biggest fight of his career, and he's getting into a fight with a guy that he's not scheduled to fight. Now, for those who don't know, there's some history here. These two were supposed to fight last year in April, or sorry, earlier this year, I should say, in April. Didn't end up happening. There's a few times I think that this fight has been, put together. I also know they've had some other altercations, nothing to this extent. But I just wonder what Brendan Allen's thinking at this point. Like, nothing wrong with going to an event and seeing an opponent there. Nothing wrong with talking some trash, but going and hitting another guy outside the cage is just, first off, it's a distraction from his fight, because who knows what'll happen after this. I don't think anything will. I don't think Vettori is going to press charges, but Vettori could press charges if he wanted to, right? Because Allen was the one who you can see clearly hit him first in that video. So there's that side of it. Then the other side of it is like, why are you playing into his game? You're not going to fight him. Marvin Vettori is not in the same position as Brendan Allen right now. Marvin Vettori's 30 years old. I would argue he's out of title contention. He's lost a couple key fights here, including Cannonier and Whitaker. Just the one win over Dolidze in between there. Like, Allen's the one on the hot streak. Allen's the one that's trying to get himself a title shot, and he's got this huge opportunity, like I said, co-main event against Nasruddin Imavov, which, by the way, I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for Brendan Allen. I could see that fight possibly going the other way as well. So I just wonder what Allen's thinking here. And I know there's going to be people in the comments and people watching this going, hey, look, Vettori got under his skin. What are you just going to take that? I think there's better ways of getting revenge. Better ways of getting revenge would be winning your next fight and getting to a title shot, which is something that Vettori has failed to win in the past. If you remember him fighting Izzy a couple of years ago, that would be better revenge than actually going out there and socking him here. And listen, Vettori, we've seen this. He's had a habit of getting into it with past opponents. I remember back in 2020, he had that whole altercation with Carl Roberson. So, let's say it like it is. Vettori's a bit of a hothead, right? So if you know that Vettori's like this, and like I mentioned, Allen has already mentioned before that there's been some altercations with Vettori. Why are you going near him? What, to prove a point that you're the tougher guy? We know you're the tougher guy because you're on a win streak right now. Vettori isn't. So yeah, my reaction to this is I'm not a fan of fighters doing this outside the cage. Because here's the thing as well, and I've talked about this before in other videos. I talked about this with the Masvidal Colby thing. It's like there's people who already hate MMA enough. There's people that want to use excuses to talk about how barbaric MMA is. This stuff doesn't help. I know for the average fan, I know for the average viewer watching this, they love stuff like this, but for the fighters, it just gives the UFC as a whole a bad look. Like, I don't know if anything's going to come out of this. The UFC doesn't seem to come down and, put down any suspensions or anything like that for people fighting outside the cage. If anything, they seem to use it for footage. Like, if these two do ever fight, I guarantee you're going to use this footage like they did with McGregor and the Dolly. But I don't know. I just think from Brendan Allen's perspective, it's like, you are the one that's on a good path right now to a title shot. Why are you stooping to Vettori's level and trying to punch him in this fight? Like, if you really want to fight him down the line and make that fight happen, but no need to do this in the casino. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Am I being a little too hard here on Brendan? I just don't like fighters fighting outside the cage, especially when he's got a fight booked coming up here. Like, the Imavov fight's, just over a month away. Should be focusing on that, not focusing on an opponent you're not going to be fighting anytime soon. I don't even know what Vettori's doing next, but not a good look him getting into it with Marvin Vettori. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @LynchOnSports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.